Dobrý den všichni, vítáme vás na webináři. Možná ještě počkejme 2-3 minutky a pak můžeme začít. Marta, I just welcome them and advise that we can wait 2 minutes more for other attendees and then we can start.
Thank you.
Dobrý den ještě jednou všichni, moje jméno je Lukas Mikuska, jsem tady za distributora Lokadisty. Dnešní webinář bude zaměřený na novou platformu, kterou představil TeamViewer minulý měsíc. Je nazvaná TeamViewer ONE. Prezentaci bude dělat Marta Rose. Někteří z vás už slyšeli její prezentaci na naší akci v Černé Hoře nedávno. Ale máme tady potom ještě Rodriga, který udělá demo ukázku této platformy a zároveň umí pokryt i technické dotazy. Marta, so I just introduced you and Rodrigo that you are going to cover the general presentation and Rodrigo is going to cover a demonstration and eventually technical questions. So I think that we can start because it's recorded anyway.
Perfect. Thank you, Lucas. Hello, everyone. Thanks a lot for joining us today. My name is Marta Rose. I see some familiar names already. And yes, I announced a bit TeamViewer ONE on the event in Czarna Chora, but today we will definitely go deeper. Together with me is Rodrigo EV, team manager of our solution engineers, great expert of TeamViewer solutions. So I believe you will get lots of great information, and please ask your questions. Let's make this session interactive. I want you to have a space for questions as well. So don't worry, just disturb us if anything is not clear, and we will stop and answer your questions. Okay, I will switch off my camera just to be sure that there is no disruption with the internet, and let's go through the slides. The agenda is pretty simple. I will start with challenges which IT help desk teams need to address nowadays. Then I will tell you about the shift to predictive IT. We call it shift left. Then I will give you a short overview of TeamViewer ONE platform, and we go to the most important and most interesting part, which is a live demo of our amazing platform. At the end, we will talk a little bit about partner opportunities. So let's start with challenges which IT teams need to address nowadays. Imagine Monday morning, IT guys are logging into systems, getting lots of tickets, lots of the same every day, similar problems like password change, problems with patching, problems with VPN. Every day looks exactly the same. There's a lot of problems, very similar, and IT teams needs to fix them manually. The consequences are very bad for employees and for business, because employees are getting frustrated that they don't get fast support, that they are again stuck with their devices, that technology brings them a frustration instead of making their life easier. But imagine also from business perspective, if there are issues with some important devices, we might even have some financial consequences of long downtime, for example. So digital friction, it's not just the buzzword. It does exist, and actually we can measure it. So imagine employees in average are losing even 1.3 days every month just because of some technical issues. IT leaders said that service desk is stuck with the same manual work, which can be automated definitely. And more than 50% of companies confirm that because of digital friction, they lost revenue. So expectation is that employees want technology which helps them do their job. IT would like to have a secure and healthy environment, and business wants to have IT which supports their strategical goal, not stop it. Unfortunately, employees, more than half of employees don't trust that this situation might be changed. I can also add here another statistics which says that after 7 times, users finally go to help desk. So the issue needs to appears at least 7 times until finally the user decides to ask help desk for help. Why? First of all, because most of diagnose requires taking control over our device. So during the busy day, we need to waste like at least 1 hour to let IT person to check what's going on. Usually this diagnose, it's not that easy. So at the end of this 1 hour, we pretty often hear, hey, but everything works correctly for me. So this definitely brings frustration. And by the way, this is exactly what DEX address. DEX comes from digital employee experience, which means that we put user in the heart of IT environment. We said the user needs to have fantastic experience with the whole technology, which means device, applications, and services around. So this is exactly what address this problems with digital friction, with many manual repeated tasks, with visibility gaps, and inefficient knowledge capture. Because of all this digital friction, if we won't do anything to not even fix it faster, but to not let any problems appear, or let's say minimize the problems, then we have huge costs growing and growing, huge complexity, frustrated employees and IT people. On the other hand, security and compliance is getting lower and lower, and innovation as well. Statistics says that digital friction will stay the same or even bigger in the upcoming 1 year, let's say. But imagine if we can change the word. We call it shift left. So from reactive support, where there is an issue, we need to contact help desk, and this support is in reactive mode. We can switch to the left. We can be more proactive. We can fix some issues before users even notice that something is wrong. We can automatize some, let's say, repeated tasks, just to not worry about them anymore, not let them appear anymore. And what if we can go even farther and use predictive model? So we learn out of previous issues, and we create some automation, let's say, to not let appear some problems. So this is predictive. This is predictive remote support. We call this change shift left, and it's not just small change, it's a total revolution. Of course, AI is very important here. AI helps us with this shift very much. So we changed completely the model from break fix to preventing these problems before users will even notice that something is wrong. Thanks to real-time insights from our DEX solution, Digital Employee Experience Solution, all integrated together to have monitoring, support, and all automations in the same place. Definitely improving employee satisfaction, but also making help desk life much easier. So this is exactly what TeamViewer ONE brings. We unified our, let's say, previous solutions into one platform. We have a remote management solution. We have DEX, Digital Employee Experience, as I already explained, full remote control, and all this powered by AI automation. We have TIA. This is our TeamViewer Intelligence Agents. Rodrigo will tell you more about it. So imagine all these amazing solutions integrated together to have the full view what's going on in our environment. All to have better experience for our users, all to make the costs smaller, to make less complexity and improved compliance. Let's see how does TeamViewer ONE work in practice. So we have the friction, we have some issue. First, system is trying to fix it automatically, but if it's not possible, we have a remote session with the expert who is trying to diagnose and resolve the problem. Then, with help of AI, we are able to fix the issue much faster. We see some knowledge from previous issues, and we use it to fix the problem faster, to find the solution faster. At the end, we got session summary. We capture the knowledge. We want to use it to find some patterns and create some automatization out of it. We turn all this knowledge into visibility, real-time visibility. We analyze all other devices. We analyze the whole environment. And we are finding similar patterns just to automate some actions, just to use them as prevention. And finally, we have AI-driven automation. So we have autonomous resolution of digital friction. We call it fix once, fix forever. We really learn out of the issues, and we just prevent appearing it again. That's I would say the most important part of the explanations of the logic of TeamViewer ONE. I believe Rodrigo will add more comments on this logic and also explain you how it works in practice. So what's included in TeamViewer ONE? All this, let's say, existing already solutions powered by DEX. We acquired DEX solution more than 1 year ago, and we combine it with remote access and remote support. So we have hardware and software asset management. We have full access and control, remote monitoring and management, patch management, full endpoint management, and all this powered by AI insight and automation. Why it's so important? once again, to address this manual work, to address this difficulties in diagnosis of the problems, but also consolidate all tool sets, reduce manual efforts, empower IT to manage all the endpoints from one place, to have one console, to have full visibility from one place, and all it powered by AI. Who is the ideal customer for TeamViewer ONE? Actually, every company who manage endpoints. We can say that standard and advanced version is dedicated to customers who have between 100 and 5,000 endpoints. And for enterprise customers with more than 5,000 devices, we will definitely offer a TeamViewer ONE in enterprise version. But in fact, the main problem we address with no matter which version of our platform, it's still the same: to support IT help desk with this shift left from reactive, complicated, and time-consuming remote support to proactive and even predictive version. What is a huge change as well, it's pricing model. So you don't need to think anymore how many channels do we need, how many devices will we manage, etc., etc. Finally, our price list is very simple. We calculated per endpoint. You see the price here. TeamViewer ONE standard costs 29.9 euro per endpoint per year. TeamViewer ONE advanced 39.9, and the same enterprise. The bigger difference between these two, let's say the standard and advanced versus enterprise. As you can see, standard and advanced are mostly endpoint management led. The enterprise version will be more DEX-led. But don't worry about it. I recommend that for deals up to 5,000, you contact local disti. You can easily have offer for these versions. For any enterprise projects, I recommend to involve us as soon as possible. And we will support you with preparing proper offer. And I believe it's worth to mention that we still offer TeamViewer Remote and TeamViewer Tensor. And sometimes it might be not clear at the very beginning which solution we want to offer. So we can start discussion with one and then decide that at the end of the day, Tensor address better customers' requirements or opposite. So don't worry about it. You have our full support. Your main job is to open the door, to arrange a meeting with your customers, and then let us help you. We believe this synergy brings really the best results.
Yeah, Marta, maybe just
Yes.
add that
Yes.
The pricing, what you show, primarily it starts with 100 devices. So we only care about number of devices, and number of channels or technicians, it's unlimited. And
Exactly.
that is also a huge benefit with standard remote licenses. We care about partner status, but TeamViewer ONE is independent, and there is one discount the same for everyone, which is for partners 20%. So that is also very interesting, I would say.
Yes, exactly. We definitely want to offer TeamViewer ONE. We want to promote it. That's why we decided also to reward our partners better. Yes, that's true. Great comment, Lukas. Thank you for that. Okay. What's the difference? In fact, first of all, I believe that with this amazing functionalities of TeamViewer ONE, we can really be different than our competition. What also makes us different 645,000 customers, more than this actually, customers who pay for the license. We don't count here free licenses. We are recognized by Forrester, by Gartner. We are very well-known brand, and we believe that bringing this innovation, supporting customers with this switch left from reactive to proactive and even predictive remote support is a true game changer. So use this value, please. Make a lot of noise. And let know your customers about this innovations. Involve us. We're always happy to support also with the presentation. Let's announce it to the world because it's really worth it. What is important in the reseller approach, what helps to win, to grow this business together? Please don't talk about TeamViewer ONE as a product. It's completely different sales process. We should speak about use cases. We should address some challenges. There's a lot of them. All what is behind digital friction. This is very common problem for all the customers. So address it. Highlight security. Highlight automation. And remember that every customer who manage endpoints is our potential customer. Remember about also this DEX mindset. We want users to have great experience with technology, and this is exactly what TeamViewer ONE also address. We can recommend you to offer our solution to customers who are using already this standalone remote support, remote access tools like LogMeIn, Splashtop, AnyDesk, or fragmented remote management solutions. We really offer much more than just these fragmented tools currently, so it's worth to tell the world about it. Remember about AI, remember about DEX, one unified platform, and proven leadership, because we are recognized in Gartner exactly for our DEX management tools. Okay, that's it from my side as business introduction. Let's move to much more interesting part of our meeting, to the demo. Rodrigo, over to you.
Thank you, Marta. Let me share my screen very quickly. And I hope it's this one. And I hope you can see my screen.
Yes.
Good. I promise this is the only slide that will show. The rest is live demo. The idea of this slide is I try to bring down a little bit more to tangible things, or things that we know. What is the TeamViewer ONE concept? It's not a new product. It's a combination and a conjunction of all the solutions that we have been developed so far. So this entire shift left movement is not something new that TeamViewer created. This is coming from DevOps strategy. And we start with the bottom right part where we are completely reactive, but we start with something that we already know. So the TeamViewer ONE is not completely turnkey. It's not a switch that we completely change from one side to the other, but it's a journey that we help the customers to move together with us towards the fully preventive, proactive, automated endpoint management. So many customers that we have spoken so far, they are very familiar. They all love what TeamViewer Tensor does, though the secure remote connectivity, or Assist AR, the augmented reality, so the completely reactive mode. So something is broken, I will connect and I will provide some fix. But how can we evolve? How can we go better than only do that reactive process? And that is how it starts the journey of the TeamViewer ONE, this shift left journey. So some customers we have spoken about, they are not yet mature enough to go fully automated endpoint management or fully DEX employee experience, but they are ready now to go to the step 2 or step 3, go for session sites, go for TIA, and oh, wait, I will stop there for a while, and then I will prepare myself. I will get my team ready, my devices, my company, my users ready, until I start moving for DEX or going for fully automated. Some customers are fully in, let's go DEX right now. I need this, all these steps. Some of them will be not there yet. So that's the TeamViewer mindset. We will be there with the customer, whatever they want to be, whatever they need to be, whatever they are ready to be. We are there with them. So that's the message we want to pass. It's not switching completely left, but let's go with them in a journey. Let's make them more valuable, and the IT team, the support team, becoming more productive towards that. So what I want to show you today is how those steps interact in the practice way with each other. So how do we start from what we have today, that is secure remote connectivity, start moving to session sites, then start using TIA, then we can start going for full DEX that will become automated endpoint management. So showing that, this is the TeamViewer portal. This is not a mock-up. This is the real life environment that I have in, here, one of our tenants. I believe most of you or every one of you have used this before and are familiar with this. We can see here on the left side some new recent updates on the UI changes. So we have some we grouped the things together in a more smart way, in a more intelligent way. So if I need to manage devices, I set alerts, I can resolve, automate, and measure things. And here on managing devices, these are the classic TeamViewer tensor that we have. So I can select the device groups, select the policies, select the devices that I need to take a look and connect to them if I need to. But not only connecting right away, but if I click in one device, I can start seeing some other information that helps me a little bit. So device information, permissions, informations, but also alerts. What is happening with this device? What TeamViewer already discovered about this machine? Which are the last issues that I could find and maybe even resolve automatically further down the road? But now I can start having more insights about what's happening with that device, with that end user. Not only patches information, software information, but also asset information. So which network it belongs to, IP addresses, hardware device, hardware information, software information. I can see all the details from one single location. So that's what Marta showed on the slide before. Is not only connecting, but also I can see more information about the device even before I connect to it. So that's valuable information, and we are improving this. This is all becoming more and more rich information with the DEX acquisition, the 1 year acquisition TeamViewer performed last year. So we are adding more intelligence. We are adding more smartness, like I said, inside the console. But then starting with the connectivity that we all love and do it on a single day. If I select one of the devices and I connect to it, I have here connected to one of my computers. And this is one of the first steps. So I'm connecting to it, I'm doing some troubleshooting, I'm helping the end user. And let's face one very common scenario. I am a very productive supporter on the help desk or support level 2, for example, level 3, and I'm attending 10 users a day, 10 tickets per day or 20 tickets a day. And every ticket that I attend, every user that I help, I need to also document things. I need to understand what's going on, what's inside of it. So I would like to see a show of hands here who loves to do documentation. Every session that I make, every customer that I speak to, every event that we participate, when I make these questions, I barely see one small hand, very shy in the back. Oh, I love to document things, but that's rare. Nobody loves to sit down and start documenting stuff, especially on the level of detail that we need to build a knowledge base, for example, or to be productive in that sense. So that's how we start helping on the shift left movement from the secure remote connection that we have here to the session insights. What are the session insights? So TeamViewer developed a technology that maps and understands what's happening inside the screen. So which commands you type, which information, which folders, which registry keys did you navigate, did you change, or which commands you type, which applications you changed, and starts documenting it in a very deep level and detailed level for you. So we can see them from the console itself. When we start measuring those insights, I can gather from incoming connections or outgoing connections, log by log, or I can even see them here on those session summaries. I can click in one of them, for example. Let me see if I get one that is more detailed. So here we have one example. I connected to one endpoint, and I can start seeing what actions were performed. So this documentation starts showing here and being categorized by TeamViewer automatically. What was performed? So I changed the screen settings. I went to Windows Terminal. I encountered an error. I did A, B, C, D, and F. So this is documenting step by step what was done. And even if I need a summary of a small summary of it all, I can see it here. So imagine that you are that productive supporter and you're attending 10, 20 customers a day and you need to document everything. Oh, what did I do for the third customer that I did this morning? I don't remember. Maybe I changed some sound settings. Oh no, that was for the fourth. The third one, I did Excel adjustments and it was needing some help on something else. So I start to get blurry. And when I need to document, I just do a small line. Oh, I helped some sound card. I changed some Excel. I did some permissions. It's very limited and small information. Now, let's use TeamViewer Intelligence, TeamViewer Session Insights to gather that deep level information and document it for me automatically. So gives me better information, better insights, and saves me tons of hours into that documentation. So that would be the step number one. Know what is being done inside those sessions, right? And document everything. Also, inside with that, all the sessions that I have here in the company, it starts bringing them into this measure insights here and start showing me which are the most common issues that I have in my environment. These are not information coming from any regular consultancy company that thinks or measured something completely out of the blue from the average industry. No, no, no. This is your tickets, your supporters, your sessions, what happened inside of them. So maybe you have some insights like this one that most of my issues are user guidance. So maybe if I create new FAQ pages, if I do training for my teams regarding which are the most top applications I have issues about, maybe I can reduce 40, 50% of my tickets today just by knowing what's happening inside of them. So that's step number two, session insights, session summaries, understanding what's happening inside my environment, right? That is super valuable. Then we can go one step further, that is TIA. TIA is TeamViewer Intelligent Agent. So it's kind of a support the supporter or help the helper. So imagine that I'm inside of a session and this is the first time I see this error. I never seen this error in my life, or I am a junior solution engineer, a junior supporter that I'm still learning and I don't know what needs to be done here. I'm building my knowledge skills step by step. So any reason can be for this. So how can I be more productive and faster solving those issues? I can start finding this error code, moving away from the screen, going to Google, finding some information or any search engine and trying to do stuff. but I can be even more productive than that. We have here on the top right, we have the TIA logo. So we click on this icon, it will start bringing this prompt for me, just like any LLM tool. It's an AI agentic agent that can help me. I can start typing what I need or find me stuff. I can interact with the agent, or I can even click here to analyze the screen. So look at the screen, see what's happening, and try to help me finding a solution. Also, in combination with the session insights, so imagine that another supporter, another senior supporter, or a level 2 supporter already fixed this for some other users. It will help me, okay, maybe I found some other stuff from other supporters in your own company that already performed it. Should I include these session insights from other sessions in my solution? You can type yes, and it will start think. Not only thinking with those session insights, but also let me consult the official channels on Microsoft, on some other manufacturer, for example. What could be the fix for this problem? So it's, like I mentioned, supporting the supporter. So this prompt here, this screen here is only shown for the supporter, for the help desk, not shown for the user. So it's completely transparent for the end user. They never see what's going on, what's happening. So after I have this, I can even click on this information. I can review what was done, what was performed. I can even check as, okay, this information was useful. This information was validated. So here after the TIA, evaluate everything, analyze the screen, see what the error is about, and start giving me what is the fast resolution for it. So I can be faster troubleshooting, documenting everything, and make everything better for everyone, right? So this is Session Insights creating some magic, documenting stuff. I have Tia helping me support this information, creating the troubleshooting, the steps that I need to perform, and also feeding back the Session Insights, documenting this was done right, this was correct, this fixed the problem. So it's one module, one add-on feeding the other inside your own TeamViewer environment, right? After that, what we can see here is that on those sessions that were named, were performed, I can start clicking, one of those sessions. And after that session insights, what was solved, what was performed by TIA to resolute, to solve the issue, and session insights documented it, I can use TIA again to create a script. That is the new part. This was just released today for you guys. So what it does is, let me show this. When I click on create a script, TIA will read what were the troubleshooting notes, what session insights documented, and will start generating a script for me, what needs to be done to perform that fix, even for me without connecting. So I don't need to waste time giving connecting to that endpoint. I can just run the script. Oh, I see on the ticket notes, the end user open an issue. The ticket notes show something. I can run the script even without connecting. So I fix faster. So I can create those scripts. I can even customize the script. I type some prompts, or add another 60 seconds wait, or add another fix combined with this, add a logging system, do whatever magic that I need. I just type what I want, and Tia will help me create and modify the script, and I can use it. I can save the script. I will add a name, a description, what needs to be done, and I will have this on my Tia scripts list. I can connect one of those scripts and automatically apply this to multiple users at one time, right? So this is what we call not preventive, but proactive automation. So, sorry, it's still not fully preventive, not fully proactive, but it's faster troubleshooting for the end user. So I don't even need to waste time connecting. I can just select one script and start applying, and I can see what is the status of all of this. And here, how it starts shifting left even further for the next part. Now that I know what needs to be done, I have a cake recipe here, what needs to be performed, how to detect things, how to do the magic. Then I start moving for the digital employee experience, for the DEX part of it. So the DEX part of it, when you have here on the automations, I have, for example, the scripts that I created, but I also have on the automation part, I have some of the most usual issues, the most common problems that I see on my endpoints. For example, disk space management. So I can start running these on my endpoints proactively and see which devices are facing this issue with disk space or Microsoft Teams crash or TeamViewer service check is not running or special system services are not running. And the TeamViewer client that is deployed at the endpoint start monitoring and even if I need to, fix that automatically. So for example, if I click in one of those, it will shows me here what will perform. So what is the script? What is the information? So if I have an issue, a user is complaining about disk space. I can just click here, open this script, and okay, I will remediate it. I will fix that problem for the user, even without connecting. So faster, without interruption. So it will just execute this script on the endpoint and it will fix the problem. Or, like I mentioned, I can automate this. So the TeamViewer client at the endpoint, even if it's offline, will have this recipe over there. And if it detects that this disk space in this case is running out, the TeamViewer client will execute these commands that I set here to do an auto clean and removing cache files or cleaning page files or whatever is needed to save more space. And then just document it here on the session insights with all the details. So here's where we start moving from completely reactive to a more proactive and even preventive. So if I'm running this on automated part, I'm starting to prevent issues from happening. So I'm solving problems automatically, even before they happen to the user, and documenting everything inside my system. This is how we start moving to the shift left to the TeamViewer ONE environment and platform from reactive to more proactive things. And one last thing I like to show you here on the new management console is on the home page, we change it a little bit to add more valuable information. So this is kind of scoring how much automated I am on my company, all my devices that I manage. How many devices are being impacted by common issues or the latest issues that I've seen, also categorized medium, critical, or high for my devices. I can start reviewing, I can start fixing them from here. And that will giving me this health score, this healthy rate. The higher you get, the more automated and more happy your users become because you have less impact, less friction on those endpoints. So this is what we are envisioning for the TeamViewer platform, not only reactive connecting and fixing problems, but now understanding better what issues are, documenting things, saving time, saving your valuable supporters, your help desk to more valuable and impacting things, and preventing them to keep doing repetitive, boring tasks. If you've done it, it's fixed, it's working, why cannot automate it? So make everything better for everyone. So this is what I like to show you today. And we still have 14 minutes left for questions and informations. What would you like to talk about?
Yeah, maybe I have two questions.
Yes.
One is about scripts. Is there any limitation on how many scripts you can have?
Uh, I don't have that information right now. We just released that information, but I believe that we may be about 50 scripts per technician per day. So obviously there will be a limit, but I don't have this number, but I believe this limit is a bit high. So you will not run out of scripts in a single day.
Okay. And can you clarify TIA AI credit spent consumption?
So today on the TIA part, we have, let me get here on the, it's not showing on this tenant for me. This is my test tenant. All the TIA and the session insights are based on credits. So every session that you perform one of the session insights or you request TIA to help you will consume 1 credit. You have by default 50 credits per month. So that's free for everyone in the planet. So we are not charging for 50 per month. But if you want to add more credits and more information and use more TIA, you can buy those credits with our sales team. Of course, for some sessions that you select, I don't want session insights for this. I just entered a session, just click OK and left. I will not waste a credit for this. But some more complex troubleshooting, you can use them to generate the session insights and generate summary, then it's worth to use 1 credit. So it's not automatically done. You can do it on a session by session basis, the one that really matters for you.
Yeah, okay. Pokud máte nějaké dotazy, tak můžete využít chat. Případně tam můžete napsat, že chcete odblokovat mikrofon, kdyby se to chtěli říct a není problém. Yeah, I just encourage attendees to use chat for questions, or if they need to unmute, that they can also ping message in the chat and we will unmute them.
Sure.
Depending if they prefer to write or speak.
Sure, no problem. And even if the questions are not coming right now, that's no problem. Sometimes we need to let this information cook, process inside our brains. And if something comes tomorrow, next week, next time, just get in touch with us, get in touch with Marta. We have our channels to help you guys develop all this information with those customers.
Yes, and we are happy also to schedule individual session if you want that. Or of course, for any customers demo, we are happy to support you. Please use this new approach. Remember that addressing all these digital frictions is completely different sales process, let's say. So we don't do transactional sales anymore. We encourage you to be more consultant, let's say, and speak about TeamViewer ONE with all these amazing functionalities. Remember to register your projects, then we can jump in and help you with the sales and pre-sales process from the very beginning. Also, let me add 1 comment to trainings. We have great trainings on Partner Portal. If you don't have access yet, ask Lukas or contact me directly. Happy to give you access and let you get some knowledge about it.
Yeah, that's also a good point. Because
yes, and we are happy to get your feedback, how the new solution looks like for you. So far, the feedback was pretty good for both the new functionalities, but also the simple pricing model. So share your feedback, share your customer feedback. It's a great value for us to understand how you see it.
Yeah, maybe I'm just going to add 1 point, because I already mentioned it on the event what we had with you. But for those that weren't there, as remote connectivity is based on Tensor in TeamViewer ONE, and if there is any new feature coming to Tensor, it will be also added to TeamViewer ONE. So it's not that we are going to be limited on that part. At least it was presented on the summit.
Okay.
Okay, so if there is no more questions, thank you very much for your time today. And we're looking forward to the next steps, to opportunities to present it to your customers too.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you, Marta. Thank you, Rodrigo, for your presentations. A kdybyste měli jakékoliv dotazy nebo potřebovali třeba nějaký ty individuální demo nebo pro vás, pro zákazníky, není problém, ozvěte se a pomůžeme vám. Yeah.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a nice day.
You too.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.